Allah tells us in the Quran to struggle in His path, struggle for His sake. The word jihad has often been misunderstood, but at its core it means struggle. But this isn't a random aimless struggle. This is a struggle with one sole goal to please Allah. Imagine every challenge you face, every hardship that comes your way. These are opportunities for you to struggle for the sake of Allah. When you have nothing else in mind, nothing but your connection with Allah, then you are fulfilling your purpose on this earth. But here's the challenge. Allah tells us to struggle in the way He deserves. It's easy to say, but when you look closely at our own lives, you'll realize that we fall short. None of us praise the way Allah deserves. None of us thanks Allah the way He deserves. None of us truly obeys Him as He deserves. It's a daunting truth, but it's part of being human. We know we fall short. But the beauty of it is that Allah doesn't ask us to be perfect. He asks us to make that effort, even if we can't fulfill it fully. Think about it this way. Allah is not asking for the impossible from us, but He is asking for us to struggle, to strive, to aim for His pleasure, even if we don't reach it completely. The effort itself, the sincerity behind it, is what matters most to Allah. And that's why He rewards us with mercy, knowing our limitations. Favors of Allah, seen and unseen. When Allah speaks about His favors, He reminds us that there are visible and invisible blessings we receive every single moment. We often thank Allah for what we can see, the roof over our heads, the food on our table, our health, our families. These are obvious blessings. But what about the countless blessings we can't see, the ones we don't even recognize? What about the intricate, invisible blessings that are happening within us right now at this very moment? Imagine your heart beating steadily, your lungs filling with air, your kidneys working non-stop to keep your body in balance. These are just a few of the countless hidden favors of Allah. We don't even have the capacity to recognize all of them, yet Allah continues to bless us with them. Have you ever thought about the countless microbes in your body working to keep you healthy? Or the air you breathe and how it nourishes you, despite the fact that you can't see or control it? We can't even fathom the amount of good that is happening right now without our knowledge. And this is just a small sample of Allah's mercy. Yet He is so generous in His favors, continuing to bless us with what we can't see. Even though we are unaware of them, Allah's blessings are uncountable. Allah tells us in the Quran, if you try to count the favors of Allah, you will never be able to enumerate them. The more you think about it, the more you realize that one favor is so immense, it can't be fully appreciated. So what about all the others? Prophet Ibrahim's gratitude, a lesson in humility. Let's turn to Prophet Ibrahim, who is known for his unwavering gratitude toward Allah. Allah describes him as being grateful for the blessings Allah gave him. However, the Arabic word used here to describe his gratitude is Khalil, meaning a few. Wait, what? Wasn't Ibrahim one of the most grateful of all? How could he be grateful for just a few blessings? The answer lies in understanding that even the greatest human beings like Ibrahim can only be grateful for a fraction of what Allah has blessed them with. No matter how much we thank Allah, it's only a small portion of what we've truly received. The reality is, every time we try to express gratitude for Allah's blessings, we are only able to grasp a few of them. Think about how many times you've woken up in the morning with a new blessing from Allah that you hadn't even noticed before. For example, your breathing right now. How many times do you stop and thank Allah for every breath you take? Probably not as often as you should, right? This is one of the millions of blessings that are so constant, so routine that we overlook them. But Ibrahim has understood this. He recognized that even if he spent his entire life thanking Allah, he could never thank Him enough for all his blessings. The point is that Allah's favors are beyond our comprehension, beyond our ability to acknowledge, and no matter how much we try, we will always be in debt to Him. The impossible job in Allah's chosen path for you. Now let's look at this in a real-life scenario. Picture yourself walking into a job interview for a position that requires years of experience and advanced qualifications, things you don't have. The interviewer starts listing all the required skills from coding languages to project management experience, and you realize you don't meet any of the requirements. You're sitting there, trying not to get embarrassed, wondering why you even showed up. How can you possibly qualify for this job? But then, unexpectedly, the interviewer says, congratulations, you're hired. You start tomorrow. This would be shocking, right? You'd probably be in disbelief. Oh wait, me? I'm not qualified for this job. Yet Allah does something similar. He gives us an impossible task to struggle for Him the way He deserves. We look at the task ahead of us and think, I'm not qualified. How could I possibly do this? But the truth is, Allah has chosen you. He has selected you for this task. You are not alone in this journey. Even though you may feel unqualified, Allah sees something in you that you can't see in yourself. He has given you the tools, the potential, and the strength to carry out this task. Even when you doubt your own abilities, Allah knows you better than you know yourself. He has chosen you because you are the right fit for His mission. Allah has chosen you the right fit for His mission. Think about it like this. When a mechanic fixes something, he picks the right tool for the job. If you're trying to tighten a screw, you need a screwdriver, not a hammer. Allah's choice of you for His mission is just as precise. He sees something in you that fits perfectly with His plan. You might not see it, but He does. And that's the beauty of Allah's wisdom. Imagine a coach choosing players for his team. Even if the players themselves aren't confident, the coach sees their potential. Allah has seen your potential, and He knows that with His guidance, you will succeed. You might think you're unqualified, but Allah has chosen you for a reason. This is your mission. You are capable of far more than you think, and the struggles you face will only make you stronger. Ease in struggle. Allah will make it easy for you. Allah tells us that He has not placed any discomfort in the religion for us. He has not burdened us with something we cannot handle. And yes, life can be hard, and yes, the path may seem daunting, but Allah has promised to make it easy for us. We sometimes look at the challenges ahead and feel overwhelmed, but Allah assures us He will ease the way for us. No matter how tough it gets, Allah is with you. When things feel impossible, when you're carrying a burden you feel you cannot bear, remember that Allah is there, lifting that weight. He doesn't place a burden on anyone that they cannot handle. And He has promised that if you strive for His sake, He will help you overcome it. The struggles you face now will become the stories of triumph you'll share later, the legacy of Prophet Ibrahim as continuing a great legacy. Finally, Allah reminds us that the struggles we face are part of a great legacy, the legacy of Prophet Ibrahim Allah says that the task He has given us is a continuation of the mission that Ibrahim carried out. Think about it. Prophet Ibrahim was asked to do things that are beyond human comprehension, leaving his family in the desert, challenging his father, and preparing to sacrifice his own son. These weren't easy tasks, but Ibrahim did them with absolute trust in Allah. We sometimes complain about the small struggles we face in our daily lives. We get frustrated by the challenges we encounter. But when we look at the legacy of Ibrahim we realize that the struggles we face are nothing compared to what the prophets endured. Ibrahim had to leave his loved ones in the desert, and that was one of the easier tests he faced. And yet, Allah says that our journey is part of the same legacy. When you struggle for Allah, you are walking the same path that Ibrahim has walked. Allah didn't ask you to jump into a fire or leave your family in the middle of nowhere. But He did ask you to have patience, to trust Him, and to strive with sincerity. If Ibrahim can endure those hardships, so can we. Allah will ease our struggles just as He eased Ibrahim.